Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? So I'm Dan from Trading with Dan. This is our Bitcoin Sunday morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we shall go over to the dumpster fire that is the Bitcoin charts on the 4 hour. So Bitcoin on the 4 hour, we are still maintaining just by the skin of our teeth this extremely important support area. Just had a wick low this morning and a quite a nice bounce off it. It's quite a nice bounce at the moment. We could look at this, depending on how this candle closes, we could look at this as another attempt of a higher low, somewhat by the skin of our teeth, higher low. But yeah, I mean, if we do kind of want to look at this a bit optimistically, we could look now at basically, we've only realistically got to get above just over 43,000, and then we could potentially be looking for a move to the upside. I mean, I would realistically like to maintain that we've got to get above 45,000 for us to break medium-term bullish again. But yeah, if we want to look at this as a lower high, this area as a lower high, then yeah, if we take that out, then yeah, we could see some upside. But I think we are obviously moving into game time here, with the CMEs opening this evening, stock market futures opening this evening, and then obviously cash markets on Monday. But I actually am optimistic, based on how stock markets are looking. Just how the waning situation with the Evergrande fears and all that playing on the market, and then also I think people are going to more carefully look at what the Fed is saying, and also more carefully look at where they think jobs numbers are going to come in as well. All that should play into increasing liquidity going forwards, against obviously the backdrop of people assuming there was going to be a tightening or a tapering or whatever. I think that is going to be a struggle. So yeah, against all that, I do think we have a significant amount of time longer, like the end of this year, early next year, maybe even deep into next year. All I will say is that don't estimate how far the Fed can kick that can down the road. And also, I mean, we never may get the big massive crash even next year. They may do all sorts of all kind of crazy stuff that we haven't even dreamed up yet. Don't forget QE. QE back in the day was what didn't even exist. It was a dreamt up thing that became reality. MMT is pretty much a wild theory that is looking to basically become reality. Universal basic income, crazy theory that may be pretty much becoming a reality. Let's not underestimate what new things can enter, what new paradigms can enter these wildly manipulated financial markets. But anyway, back to Bitcoin. Nice little bounce here, but like I said, I mean, we are basically in the weekend sideways trading pattern before we actually then get some real decisions. But I am actually leaning towards those real decisions being to the upside, being to more risk on. And that is mainly just led by the wider situation, not necessarily the Bitcoin charts, because clearly Bitcoin charts do look dire. But we all know, we've been in Bitcoin long enough to know that the market, the chart gets painted in a very bearish fashion, and then all of a sudden Bart Simpson pops in and we go all the way and we break up. Similarly to the upside, we look very bullish, and then all of a sudden, well, it pretty much seems to be China. China comes in and then dumps us, or just whatever it is, whatever FUD comes in and dumps us, and then we have an aggressive move down. That is the nature, that is the personality of the Bitcoin chart. So like I said, I mean, that does sound like a very desperate, optimistic spin to put on things, but I mean, we do know that's how Bitcoin does operate. It does look very bearish. And then just basically breaks to the upside. It's like there are people that want to accumulate this asset and they sort of play chicken with each other, waiting, and as soon as like one jumps in, they all have to jump in. It's like kind of like a Dutch auction, really, isn't it? We kind of have like a Dutch auction in the Bitcoin price, and then all of a sudden everyone's like buy, and then we break up. But anyway, let's have a look at the Ethereum Satoshi parent. Obviously doing what we'd expect with this weakness. Is currently below our important horizontal, so it does need to maintain that. I mean, we can kind of look at these lows we've got, and this whole area, and obviously this important horizontal we've got drawn in here as well. But again, like I said, everything's bearish until we sort of turn around. And yeah, so there you go. The USD parent as well, it is flirting with its important horizontal, currently trying to get back above it. There isn't too much else to look at because these obviously assets haven't moved over the weekend. The potential diamond reversal pattern in the DXY. We'll have to see how this operates, how this trades next week. Stocks, we'll have to see how these trade. I mean, honestly, if the S&P gets back above this resistance level, it's just gonna be business as usual. Nasdaq as well. Nasdaq, we haven't really charted this much, to be honest. We normally concentrate on the S&P, but yeah, the tech sector, I mean, this is looking great as well. A whisker away from getting to levels where it's pretty much going to confirm upside. So yeah, I mean, I am optimistic. I am pretty much always optimistic. But this it is somewhat based in reality, you know, not complete delusions. And then yeah, we do have obviously the Bitcoin dominance as well, which is above its important support level. Just above a support level. So yeah, this could break to the upside. It will obviously depend on what Bitcoin does and obviously the velocity of whatever Bitcoin does. But yeah, this is clearly is longer term bearish, even if we do test some upside. I do feel like this is my play, is that yeah, into the end of this year, early next year, we do get that big push up to 100, 130, 150k Bitcoin, maybe even altcoins dumping down into here, and it just will be spectacular gains, and then we can all ride off into the sunset. And yeah, there we go. Let's have a look at stochastics though. Let's have a look at the good old stochastics. Yeah, 4 hour is pretty low, and yeah, so obviously plenty of room for this to run up. The 4 hour stochastic has actually been quite good in indicating, because we have been in relatively a kind of a tight range, has been indicating good indicator of the upside. So when it has moved up, it has kind of at least supported price or moved it up. So I mean, that's obviously clearly a good sign, and can get us to the upside. We do have a bit of a rally going on here, don't we? In the short term. In the immediate term, 10 hour pointing up and looking good, and a lot of room to run. I mean, these are the ones we're kind of looking at that were basically looking potentially better and going to save us. 12 hour from a low level, kind of flipped back over, but looking to flip back up. Daily again got the potential to move up from a low level. 2 day, well, ultimately will have the potential to move up from a low level. 3 day also as well, got a bit of a kink in it. And then yeah, the rest of these just doing their thing. So yeah, like I have been saying, stochastics have got the potential from the levels they're at to really get us going. Sort of a move like this, a move up to 45 and above, will get them going. We'll break this downward sloping trend line, we'll break the lower high pattern, and then yeah, like I said, that will give us a medium term upward bias then, for sure. Could this be it in the making now? We shall have to see. All we just got to be careful of is that we do just basically pump up into about 44,000, and then we get a absolute diabolical rejection. That is all we need to really be careful of here. But like I said, it is a game of chicken, I think, for the accumulators, the whales, the people, maybe the institutions in inverted commas, the corporations, the companies, the people that want to add this to the balance sheet that haven't yet, the high net worth individuals, whoever wants to buy this. I think it is a game of chicken between those guys, because those guys aren't, they're not day traders, these guys. They're not day traders. They just like, well, I need to accumulate this asset. Where can I get it? This'll do, and our DCA may be lower. These guys are just gonna buy and hold for a longer period, and that is gonna take BTC off, obviously off supply, off exchanges, lock it up basically indefinitely. That is kind of what I think the driver is to get us above that 100k. Is more and more people thinking, I do need to add this basically, and these guys are not gonna, oh, I've added it and I'm 20% up, excellent, in a month, let's sell, and there we go, and I'm out. They added it because they felt they needed it going forwards, and into the future, and yeah, they hold it. I mean, one thing rich people do, they like to buy and hold. They like to buy and hold assets. They buy things and they hold them and they don't sell them. So more and more people are going to be looking to do that. And yeah, it's going to be good for price. So yeah, let's just enjoy it whilst it lasts. Let's hope we don't get a swift rejection here, but like I said, getting above this level was what I think pretty much said at the start of the video was going to give us a good chance to accelerate up, and then we've got to try and take out this up here. But yeah, so there you go, guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always a DYOR, and I shall speak to you fine people tomorrow, in the morrow. See you guys.